Hi all, welcome to Kemagilam Field the Chemistry. Let's discuss few questions from last SST Chemistry Junior Examination. It was held on 2019 February 26 and the rank list published on 2019 September 20. The cutoff mark was 27.67. The category number of this examination is 33/2017 and the question paper code is 033/2018. In this question paper, 100 questions are there, and out of that, 70 are related to chemistry. So we can discuss all the chemistry part questions here, and it cannot be included, or it cannot be included in a single video. So it will be like parts. So today we can discuss first 10 questions. Other questions are we can discuss in other parts. First question is the approximate ratio of the peaks at M by Z values 98, 100, 102 in the mass spectrum of 1,2-dichloroethane will be option A 3:1:1, option B 9:6:1, option C 1:2:1, option D 1:1:2. The molecule given is 1,2-dichloroethane. Here you can see that two chlorines are present. The chlorine have isotopes Cl35 and Cl37, and the abundance ratio will be 1:3. If Cl35 is present, it will be 1, and if Cl37 is, we are considering it as 3. So how we can write this, or how we can solve this question? Here you can see two chlorines are there. If this chlorine is chlorine 35, this can be chlorine 35 or chlorine 37. So how we can write the combination? Depends on that we can derive this ratio. First we can consider that both chlorine we are taking as chlorine 35. So the ratio will be, or the intensity will be 1:1, that is 1. In other case, if first chlorine is 35, then second chlorine we are taking as chlorine 37. So what we can write, 1:3 equal to 3. Other option is first chlorine is chlorine 37, second chlorine is chlorine 35. This we can write as 3:1, that is 3. So these two we can combine together, add both these things, then you will get 6. Next combination is Cl37 and Cl37. Both chlorine we are taking 37 isotope of chlorine. Then the intensity will be 9. So the ratio is, or the intensity we are getting 169, and now we have to calculate the mass of the. Now let's calculate the mass. Here C2H4 is common for all the combinations. Then total mass will be 28. In this case, we have to add both the chlorine mass of both the chlorine. So 28 plus 35 plus 35, and overall it will be 98. Similarly for others, it will be 100 and 102. So the ratio of 98, 100 and 102 we have to calculate. That is 102:100:98. The ratio will be 9:6:1. And in some books it can be shown that when n equal to 2, you can use a plus b whole square formula, that is a square plus 2ab plus b square, like that. 1 plus 3 whole square, like that you can take. In some book we can see like that also, but this is the correct way we have to find out the ratio. I think it's clear to you. So the answer is option B, 9:6:1. Second question, the bonding in methyl carbonyl can be identified using UV, IR, C13 NMR, none of this. What is meant by methyl carbonyls? Methyl carbonyls are those compounds which contain carbonyl as ligand bonded to methyl. And the frequency of free carbonyl is 2143 centimeter inverse. If it is a terminal carbonyl, the value will be 2120 to 1850. If it is a bridging carbonyl, then it will be 1850 to 1750. If it is bonded to three metals, then the value will be 1730 to 1620. So these are what IR frequencies. So the bonding in metal carbonate we can identify using IR spectroscopy. Option B is the correct answer. Third question, the magnetic moment of cobalt H2O 6 times 2 plus approximately, here cobalt 2 plus is given. That means cobalt is the center metal. Cobalt have the electronic configuration of D7S2. So H2O aqua complex have the charge 0. So the effective charge is CO, means cobalt 2 plus. Cobalt 2 plus means D7. So it's a high spin complex. And you have to note that if cobalt with a 3 plus oxidation state with the aqua complex, it will form low spin complex. Here the oxidation state is +2, so it will form high spin. Not because of CO2 plus, H2O is a weak ligand, so it will form high spin complexes. But if cobalt is in a +3 oxidation state, then it will form low spin complex. So this is octahedral molecule. We can write the energy levels are T2G and Eg. We have 7 electrons. We have to fill that like this. First all we will fill, because this is high spin complex, so it will each level singly occupied, later on it will pair. So this is the configuration of D7. Here now you can see 3 unpaired electrons, and the magnetic moment will be approximately 4. If the number of unpaired electrons is n, the magnetic moment will be approximately n plus 1. So here near to 4 we have a value 3.9. So the answer is option C. Fourth question, quarter life for the first order reaction will be equal to. This is first order. It's given that first order rate equation is K equal to 1 by T ln A0 by A, where A0 is the initial concentration, A will be the concentration after the time T. Quarter life means A become A0 by 4, that is quarter life. We have to put this value in this equation. Just solve it, you will get 1 by K ln 4 or ln 4 by K. Option D is the correct answer. Next question, the angle between the planes 110 and 100 in a simple cubic crystal lattice is equal to. Here we have an equation cos theta equal to h1 h2 plus k1 k2 plus l1 l2 divided by root of h1 square plus k1 square plus l1 square into root of h2 square plus k2 square plus l2 square, where hkl are representing this value. Just put the values in this equation. 1 into 1 plus 1 into 0 plus 0 into 0 divided by root of 1 square plus 0 square, and here 100 plane means root of 1 square plus 0 square, and you will get an answer of 1 by root 2. This is cos theta equal to 1 by root 2, that means theta means cos inverse 1 by root 2, that is 45. You have to study the basic values of theta like 30, 60, 90, 0, 45, 180, 270, like that. Some basic value you have to know to solve this equation, solve this this kind of problem. But in CSIR exams they will ask the angle in between those values. So the answer is 45, option C. Next question, number of proton in the shielded zone of 18 aniline. 18 aniline, it's an aromatic compound and have the structure like this. If you have seen the aromaticity video, I will put one link in the description box, also in the I button. Just watch that one. In that it is mentioned aromatic, how we can determine the aromatic character. 18 aniline means it is it's aromatic, and you can count the number. This outer carbon you just count, then 18 will be the inner proton will be shielded, outer proton will be deshielded. So overall you can see that 6 inner protons are there. They are highly shielded with a value of minus 1.9. You know that the TMS value we are considering as 0. So the inner proton have the value of minus 1.9, that is highly shielded, and outer 12 hydrogens are there and they are highly deshielded and the value is 8.2. I have already did one video on spectroscopy. I will put the link in the description box also in that button, or you just check that one to know more about the aromaticity, also the NMR chemical shift values. Now you know the answer. The question is shielded number of proton in the shielded zone, that is 6. Option A is the correct answer. 7th question, silicate with continuous 3D framework is known as nesosilicate, phyllosilicate, tectosilicate, none of these. And what is meant by this nesosilicate? It's also known as orthosilicate and are the compound with a structure in which independent silicate tetrahedron each consists of a central silicon atom surrounded by 4 oxygen atoms at the corner of a tetrahedron are present. Because none of the oxygen is shared by other tetrahedron, the chemical formula will be multiples of SiO4, like SiO4 n times will be the basic or the chemical formula. And some examples are zircon, topaz, olivine. So you have to remember these examples. Sometimes the question will come as in which category zircon will come, or zircon, which kind of silicate is zircon, like that you can expect in next exams. So the examples also you have to note down. So nesosilicate means it's an orthosilicate and I have a SiO4 n times formula, and here no oxygen is shared. Phyllosilicates, formerly called as disilicate, and are the compound with a structure in which silicate tetrahedron are arranged in sheet. The examples are talc and mica. And tectosilicate, it's also known as polysilicate, and it can form a 3-dimensional lattice. So our question is silicate with continuous 3D framework, and the answer is tectosilicate. Question number 8, packing fraction of HCP lattice is close to. Packing fraction means the ratio of area covered by atom in one unit cell to the total area of the unit cell. And packing fraction for HCP is 74% or 0.74. For simple cubic it is 52.4% or 0.524, and for BCC it is 68% or 0.68, and for FCC it is 74% or 0.74. Our question is for HCP lattice and the answer is 0.74. Question number 9. The effective number of ZnS2- ion in ZnS crystal are. This ZnS crystal is known as zinc blende, and here the Zn2+ ions are present in the tetrahedral voids, and the S2 anions are present in the phase center. And the formula is ZnS and coordination number will be 4:4. The effective number means its coordination number, that is 4. Option B is the correct answer. Then question number 10, absorbance of a solution whose transmittance is 50% is option A 0.699, option B 0.3010, option C 1.301, and option D 1.699. And we know that A equal to, or absorbance equal to, minus log I0 by I, or it can be minus log percentage T. So we can put the equation minus log 50 by 100, then it will come minus log 1 by 2, that is 0.3010. Option B is the correct answer. So we have discussed first 10 question. The other 60 will be in some parts, like 2 or 3 parts. We can discuss all the questions. And if you have any doubts in these questions, or any other suggestion, or like the answer is not like this, you can just comment on the description box or the comment box. You can comment on the comment box with the proper answers. And if you need some if you have any other question, that also you can put in the comment box. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe Kemagilam. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, or you can direct mail me on kemagilam@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.